Hey guys, time to do some yard work. It is the end of June and it is a really bright sunny day, but it's actually not too hot out. That's a big change from a week ago. It was over 100 degrees here. I've been trying to keep up with watering the lawn, but it's a big change from the last yard work video I did. Back then it was raining every couple of days and the yard was nice and green. The trees are still nice and green because we're not in a drought, but people's lawns are really starting to cook. It's just not raining very much. And it's super hot out and super sunny. Also, guess what? This month marks the 3rd birthday of this YouTube channel. It's been a very interesting journey. It didn't go quite the way I expected it to. I actually thought the yard work videos were going to be a lot more popular, but people sure do like watching my fixing videos, so that's something. And I have plenty more of those on the way, so stay tuned. So if you like any of my videos, the yard work videos, the snow blowing videos, or the repair videos, make sure to thumbs up and subscribe. And here, let me give you a quick update on my plant situation. So I planted 6 sunflowers, I don't know, a month ago maybe, and 5 of them are doing really well. So I'm really happy about that. These 3 and then 2 of these ones are doing really well. The screens keep the rabbits away, plus other prevention things keep the rabbits away too. None of them are getting eaten, but something happened to this one. I don't know what. It might have just collapsed under the rain and snapped its stem or something, because we did have some downpours when these were originally growing. So that's a little bit of a bummer, but 5 out of 6 still pretty good. I have another 6 growing from seeds at my mother's house that I'm going to bring over here once they get a little bigger. So I'm not sure if I'm going to replace the dead one with one, or if I'm just going to put those other 6 around the front lawn and up here where it gets very dry. I like to put in places where the shade will actually do me some good. Also, let's go look at my baby trees. So I've got 3 Japanese maples that are doing extremely well. So one of those is going to go in the front lawn at some point, and 2 of them are going to go way in the back, kind of making a visual wall back there. So that'll be cool. I also have 2 oak trees I just dug up out of the lawn because they just pop up all the time. This one is clearly dead, but that one seems to be doing okay. I don't really know what I'm going to do with those. I might not do anything with them, but I figured they're growing. I might as well save a few. And then these 3 are miniature maple trees, and this one seems to be doing okay. This one snapped in shipping, but I planted it anyway, and it did seem to sprout some leaves eventually, but now those sprouts seem to be dying. That might just be from the heat we had last week. And then this one, I don't know what's going on with this one. I don't know if you can even see it. It was healthy like this one at first, but then it started to die, but now it might be slowly coming back. I don't know. I have to transplant those into the bigger pots, and then I'm probably going to put them over there where my little pile of rocks used to be, just so they can get even more sunlight, and we'll see. I did want the 3 miniature maples because I wanted to make a row of them right across the middle of the backyard to get some shade back there, and just to act as a physical divider, so I could kind of have my upper backyard and my lower backyard. I will do that eventually, but it might not be with these trees because they're looking pretty rough. But the Japanese maples all 3 are growing really well. So those are definitely going to be planted hopefully this fall, if not next spring. The last thing I want to show you is all the work I've been doing down by the stream. It's coming out pretty good down there. When I'm done doing all the yard work, I'll take a walk down there with the camera and I can show you what I've been up to. It's pretty cool down there. Maybe we'll see some ducks. All right, as for now, it's time to get to work. right, all finished. Lawn's looking pretty good. Unfortunately, like I said at the beginning, there's a lot of brown spots, and the grass was definitely not as thick as it was during the last yard work video, or even last week when I mowed the lawn off video. It's just been so hot and dry. Hopefully we get some rain coming up, things can green up a little bit. In the meantime, I'm going to try to stay on top of watering, but it's hard to water this much lawn. Also, I don't know if you can see it. Here, let me change positions. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a strip right here where I did not mow. And I did the same thing in the front lawn. There's a little strip I didn't mow. I'm going to try to let these two strips grow out nice and tall, and maybe that will attract more fireflies, because that would be cool. We'll see how that goes. If I don't like the way it looks, I might just mow it down. But for at least a couple of weeks, I'm going to let those two strips grow out and see what happens. This strip happens to be pretty close to where I'm probably going to plant trees at some point in the future, but not this year. All right, that's all for up here. Let's go down and look at the stream now. All right, so eventually I'm going to put some flagstones here, so this will be more of an actual path. But for now, it's just walking down the lawn. Some big steps here that I need to work on. Keeps going down. Someday I'll make this a much better path, but for now I'm just using it as is. But once you get down here, this is all crushed gravel and stone dust that I brought down here bucketfuls at a time. It looks like it stops right here, but it actually keeps going. It's just wet because it's at a lower ground level, so it doesn't dry out as much. And then I started going up the other side up to here, but I ran out. I was always planning on doing this eventually, but somebody in my neighborhood was giving away a bunch of this free stone dust, so I started the project now. It's pretty good. It makes it really easy to walk down this path. I sort of moved some stones a year ago to make it kind of a path, but there were a lot of big dips in it, and there were holes where your ankle would disappear into, so it wasn't working too great, but now it's awesome. And then up here, my property line's way up there, so this will let you go all the way up. So that will be pretty cool. And then across the stream, this is also mine, and the grass is growing pretty good. Obviously there's a ton of weeds, but grass is growing pretty strong over there. I'm gonna plant a row of arborvitaes right along the property line, and then I need to trim all these bushes and things so that more sunlight will come down and the grass will grow a little better. And I did say we might see some ducks at the beginning of this video, but unfortunately there are no ducks here right now, but they do swim around here pretty often. So I keep saying it looks nice down here. Obviously the rusty barrel makes it look kind of crappy, but I've been using that to burn up all of the old rotten wood down here. I don't really want to bring it up to the house and use it as firewood because it probably has a lot of termites in it, so I want to keep it away from the house. So I've just been burning through it down here, and once I'm done, this barrel will go away and then it will look a lot better down here. This is pretty cool. You really feel like you're far away from the house down here, and especially with a line here that blocks view of their trucks over there. It will really look cool. All right, well, that's all for now. I'll see you guys next time.